welcome. It's already bad. It's already bad.
No, it's good.
It's already, I don't know. I'm sad.
What are you excited about?
I just need to regroup for a minute.
You just gotta keep going, keep going.
Hey y'all, I am back with another makeup tutorial. I figured we had been keeping it a little too casual around here and it was time to amp it up, you know? And like prom season is around the corner and I'm always looking for any excuse to douse myself in glitter and a black smoky eye and call it a night. It's so easy. People are so afraid of smoky eyes, they feel like, especially using black, but if you just work slowly and have patience, speak softly and carry a big stick, then it'll work out. So I promised myself that I wouldn't rant like I always do and that I would try to get through this as quick as possible because I know you guys are sick of me putting up 20-minute tutorials. Hooray! So if you'd like to see this look, keep on watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it and give me any suggestions of looks that you would like to see. And don't forget to please subscribe. All right, let's get started. All right, so to start out, we're gonna go in with some paper tape. I like doing this trick with paper tape instead of regular tape just because it's a little bit more gentle, and also if the shadow falls out, it'll stick to the paper instead of slide off onto your face. So I'm trying to line that up perfectly from kind of my bottom waterline to the tail of my brow. That's what's gonna give us the most flattering cat eye shape and make sure those are super equal. And to begin with eyeshadow, we're gonna start in with Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, and I have a Morphe M441 blending brush, and I'm really just kind of throwing that down for a blending shade. Then I'm gonna go in with Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek as well, and really deepen up that shape. I'm making sure to go above my crease since I do have smaller eyes. I'm kind of making my own crease above it. And then I'm winging out my eyeshadow, which is kind of why we have that paper tape there to really help us with that shape. Now for the scary part, I'm going in with Max Carbon, just a black shadow. Any black shadow would do. And taking a little bit more precise brush. This is a 217 by MAC. And I'm going right underneath Cocoa Bear. And now we're gonna start really focusing on the shape. So I want to do this kind of cut cat eye on the edge without actually incorporating cat eye liner. So I'm really focusing my shadow to make that shape that I want. Then I'm going in with this Jumbo Eye Pencil by NYX in black, and I'm just going to sloppily put this all over my lid space just to act as a base. Then I'm going to pick up a Morphe E18 brush. This is a pencil brush, but it has synthetic bristles which really help kind of move around that more creamy product. This is really just going to serve as a base for our glitter eyeshadow to stick to. And you'll see me going in throughout the tutorial back with that 217 brush and a little bit of black eyeshadow just to make sure everything is staying blended. Then the star of the show, this Colourpop eyeshadow in the shade Friskie. I'm going to go in with my fingers. I find that this is the best way to apply these. It's very strange when you first get it to kind of figure out how to work with them because they are so different than any other eyeshadow I've ever worked with, but they are totally gorgeous, insanely pigmented. I mean, come on, just look at that glitter. Then I went in with a more precise brush by Sigma. This is an E46, just because I wanted to touch up those outer lines and really focus on that shape that we really wanted, especially that little cat eye there. Then I'm just going to continue to remove the tape to get that sharp line we worked so hard for. Then I am going to go in with a small, tiny line of Maybelline gel liner in Blackest Black. This only purpose is to cover up our lash band when we have it. It's not really doing anything other. Once again, I'm going in with a blending brush just to make sure everything is perfect and we don't lose that smoky effect. I'm popping on some mascara really quickly just before I do anything on my face so that it doesn't stick to my foundation. Then I'm getting a makeup wipe, removing anything that possibly have fallen down, and moving on to the face. Starting with this Smashbox primer. I'm just going to focus that mainly in my T-zone today and help my pore situation. Then go in with my favorite duo that I talked about in my favorites video, the NARS Skin Tint mixed with the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm just going to put that all over my face and continue to blend it out with a beauty blender. This is my favorite way to apply foundation right now and probably for the rest of my life. I just feel like it truly gives you the smoothest and most flawless application. I always like wipe off the excess on the back of my hand and put it on my neck just to make sure I don't have any line of demarcation. Then I'm going in with this Naked Skin Concealer. I think I'm in shade Light Neutral. I actually would love a lighter shade, but I was completely out of my Pro Longwear concealer, so this is just how the cookie crumbled today. I am going to also highlight my face a tiny bit, going down the bridge of my nose and my forehead, my cupid's bow, my chin, and then I also sometimes get red around my mouth, so you'll see me popping it there as well. And again, going in with my damp beauty blender and really smoothing all of that out. I'm making sure to pay attention, getting close to that where we had the tape, just to start kind of blending out that harsh line. You want to be super careful and precise not to mess up all of that hard work we did. So just continuing to blend that out, making sure it is one with our foundation. Then I'm going to set it with a little bakey bake. I'm putting my beauty blender directly into this DermaBlend translucent setting powder, and then I'm going to tap it on my face. And even though I know it looks like a ridiculous amount of product, once we have put everything else on our face and we wipe it away, it is going to make sure that concealer stays put and looks smooth and highlighted. Then I also like to just put it in the other places that I highlighted, not as intense, but just enough. Now I'm going to go in with the Studio Fix powder by MAC, and I'm just going to set my foundation with this. I'm not a huge fan of putting powder all over your face, but lately I've really enjoyed it because I feel like it makes your blending experience when it comes to contouring so much easier. Speaking of, we're going to start out by using this Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC in shade Dark. And I'm using a really big fluffy brush that probably looks way too big to contour with, but I wanted it to be a little bit more blown out today since there's so much going on. Oh, don't really know what happened there. We're going to move on. Since we have so much going on with our eyeshadow, I'm just touching that at the top of my forehead, and then I am going to go in and make it a little bit more intense with this Hoola bronzer. I switched out my brush for a MAC 212 flat definer brush, and I don't know why this looks so orange on camera. I assure you that it does not look like that in person, but moving on. I'm taking a little bit of that Hoola and contouring my nose ever so slightly with a little 217 brush. Also, just as a side note, I do always use the more cool tone bronzer for contouring any other parts of my face, just because I don't want any sort of like orange going on my nose. It's not cute. So now I'm going to wipe away that bake that we applied earlier, and it's just going to help everything blend together perfectly, and also clean up that contour just a little bit because it got a little low, which can make your face actually look bigger. Now I'm going to go in with MAC Margin Blush. I love this blush. I just feel like it's so easy, like it goes with everything. It's not too shimmery, it's not too pink, it's perfect. Now I'm going with the MAC 212 Flat Definer brush, and I'm going to start building up that black from that harsh line that we created with the tape all the way to the inner corner, just as tight as I can to the lash line. And then I picked up a Sigma E30 pencil brush just to blend everything out with a little bit of Cocoa Bear on it. And I'm really focusing on the tail of the brow just to make it less harsh. We don't want it to be so intense like it was with the tape. Now we are going to highlight with Mylar today, and it is not shimmery at all. It's a completely matte shade, which I love because since we have so much glitter going on with the eyes, I wanted to keep it a little bit more toned down. Then I was like, you know what? It's just not enough. So I'm going to go in with this Heavy Metal Glitter by Urban Decay, and I kind of wiped off my brush just so a couple of glitter specks would get on the eye. I didn't want like something super crazy, just to add a little more zhuzh. Now I'm going in with my beloved Flutter lashes in the style Emily and just putting those as close as I can to the lash line. Luckily, with this like black going on with the eyes, you don't have to worry too much about that. Then I am going to highlight. Again, I wanted to keep it a little bit more toned down, so I'm using this Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light by Hourglass. Just throwing that on the cheekbones and my Cupid's bow. Then I couldn't really decide if I wanted to go with like a white eyeliner on the inner waterline or a black one, and we were like, let's do it up big, we're going black. And on top of that MAC ice molder, I also want to set it with some powder. I find that it leaves my waterline so easily, and that just is the nature of putting it there for me. So I'm going to set it with some black eyeshadow. This seems to help it last all day for me. And speaking of lasting, I am going to mist and fix my face with some Makeup Forever, and this look is not done yet because we have to put on lips. I'm doing my favorite nude duo right now, which is the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lips in both Chi and Platform. So I started with Chi, and I'm just putting this all over my lips, and then I take Platform, and I'm going to just kind of start dabbing that in the middle of my lips, and then I kind of go back with my finger and blend everything out so that it is seamless and it's not such a stark difference between the two shades. And that, my friends, is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe. Thanks.